Do it back at it. You say I'm always on your mind. Oh yeah, that happens all the time. You say I never wanna hang with you.
Hello, and welcome back to hashtag Ask Gabby. Remember, any questions you have, feel free to tweet me at Gabbi Speaks, Gabbi Speaks, and I'll be sure to answer your question the moment I see it via video. So today's question is, do you think it's difficult for a strong woman to submit to a man? I think submission is a very controversial topic right now because of the fact that honestly, our gender roles in the US especially have changed vastly. Women work, there are such things as stay at home dads. Like things are just different. And so this question really made me think because it was just like, how does that happen? And so these are my views on submission. And I know everyone doesn't feel the need for a woman to submit to a man, but these are just my beliefs. And so please feel free to take them or leave them. Either way, I'm glad to have you here and I'm ready to jump into this topic. So here we go. So, is it hard for a woman to submit to a man? I don't think so. I think that a woman will submit to a man who she thinks can lead and guide her. With that being said, the question isn't, are you strong? The question is, do you trust him? Because if you trust him, he should be able to lead you where you need to go. I don't think a strong woman really has that much trouble submitting to a man in general. A strong woman has a problem, in fact, submitting to a man that she doesn't know if she can trust. And it may not be that man. It may be past experiences that have her feeling this way. It may be things that she sees on TV, on the internet, online, word of mouth stories through friends about how guys have done them. And I personally think that whatever works for your relationship works for your relationship. And in my opinion, men really, really need respect more than anything. They always say, love a woman, respect a man. And the reason being is that you have to be able to respect his direction and his vision for your relationships, and if you marry him, for the both of you all's lives. What that may mean at times are allowing him to take the reins over when you have to sit in the back seat. And all that requires of you is for you to change your mindset as a whole and as a woman and decide that you don't know it all. You can be a CEO, a COO, an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how strong you are. You have to learn how to let it go sometimes. And that goes with work as well. No one likes a boss that's a control freak and thinks they know everything. No one wants a supervisor like that. No one wants a woman like that either. So I think that these skills that we'll learn when we're ready to submit to a man can really translate over our entire lives. And be clear that you have to be careful what kind of man you submit to. Make sure that he's a good man. Make sure he's a man that respects you, because you shouldn't submit to anything that's going to cause you harm, mentally, physically, or emotionally. And with that being said, you have to make sure that the man you choose will not use your submission against you. When you choose to submit to him, you should trust him enough, and he should be the kind of person that will not use that against you and allows you autonomy, because at the end of the day, we all have free will. We all have free will. But if you can find someone who really loves you and who really cares about you and simply asks you to submit to them, I think any strong woman would be crazy not to, because that man can guide you, he can lead you, he can help you out, he can find your weaknesses, help you build them up, he can find your strengths, help you excel in them even more than you already are. And I just think that it should be looked at as a partnership. Just because you're allowing him to lead doesn't make you weak, and it doesn't make you a doormat. It just allows him to take his rightful place in your life. He's supposed to be your king, you're supposed to be his queen, He's the head, you're the neck, as they say. And so, no, I don't think it's hard for a strong woman to submit to a man. I do think it's hard for a woman with trust issues to submit to a man. And I think far too many of us have been let down by fathers, ex-boyfriends, ex-husbands, brothers, cousins, any male in your life that has let you down can really lead you to question the entire idea of submission. So maybe it's time for you to do some self-reflection and really think about what submission means to you. Because in my eyes, submission only means allowing someone to take lead and giving them a yield to go ahead, I'll follow after you. And so, with that being said, I really hope that I answered your question. I really hope this gave you some insight. And if you have any more questions and you need any other clarification, please, please, please send another question, because I love this topic and I love this question. It's controversial and I love a little controversy because it really brings out some passion in me. But I really, really believe, no, it is not difficult for a strong woman to submit to a man. That's all I have for today. Don't forget to send me your questions at #AskGabbi, on Twitter at Gabbi Speaks, Gabbi Speaks, and I'll be sure and happy to answer any question you may have. Thank you so much for having me and listening to me talk about wonderful things. But you're listening to me talk. We're friends. Bye.
Always on your mind. Oh yeah, that happens all the time. You say I never wanna hang with you. I tell you you'll be fine. I tell you you'll be. Same ones never let you down. Same ones never been around. Take shots, never taking drink. Drunk thoughts start to run around. I make plays for the whole team. Crossover like I'm Calvary. Get the game, never let it go for a long time that they can't.